In this video we are going to review some angle rules from previous geometry. These are things you would have seen in previous years. Alright, let's have a look. When we talk about geometry, we're talking about shapes and rules for angles and things like that. So sides and angles. Let's start with some of our most basic shapes. We have a three-sided shape here, which is a triangle, and the angles inside of a triangle all add up to give 180. If they are 180, they are called supplementary. So all the angles within a triangle are supplementary. If we have a four-sided shape, the angles inside that quadrilateral add up to give 360. So you could think about a rectangle where all of the sides are right angles. 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90 gives us 360. So that is something to remember. Three sides, 180. Four sides, 360. We have angles on a straight line. So if I have this acute angle and this obtuse angle, when they add together, they will also be 180. So they are also supplementary. And if we have, say, angles on a right angle, so we know that this is altogether 90, then this angle plus this angle will give us that 90 degrees, and this is called complementary. If we have angles on a full revolution, so a full circle, we know that they add up to give 360 because there's 360 degrees in that circle, and you sometimes might see this symbol to show that they are 360. We have a few rules that relate to parallel lines, okay, and these are really important rules. Parallel lines are those lines that run forever and ever side by side but never actually touch, and we know they are parallel because we see these two little symbols on here. Now, any kind of line that intersects them or crosses over them will make different types of angles on those lines. So let's have a look at this one. Our very first rule here is called the F rule, and what it means is if you see this shape, the F shape, you can see me tracing that, this angle and this angle, so under the arms of the F, these are equal. So this is your F rule. We can also have a look at different ones like a C shape. We've got this and this and this, or sometimes you see it as the U rule. If we turn it on its side, it is now the U rule. And we are looking at angles inside that C shape. So if we had to make it look like this, it's these two angles here. And these angles are supplementary. They add to give 180 degrees. We also have our Z rule, and that is if we have our parallel lines making a Z like this, then this angle in here and this one at its opposite sort of elbow, these ones are the Z rule. This angle and this angle, they are equal. Okay. One that carries on from that is if we have two lines that intersect like this, this angle and this angle will be equal, and this is our X rule. So what I've given you here, our triangles, our quadrilaterals, I've given you angles on a straight line, angles on a right angle, and revolution angles that are all the way around. I've given you the X rule for lines that intersect. I've given you the F rule for lines that intersect parallel lines. The C, or sometimes you'll see the U rule, they are supplementary and add to 180 if they are both inside. And our Z rule, where a line crosses parallel at each of these elbows, they will be equal.